Howdy everybody, it's Amy from Amy Sparkly Diamond Painting, and today is December 2nd. Yay, I know the date, and that's because it's December and I'm doing my countdown to Christmas every day, so that does make it a little bit easier. So I've got some different stuff to show you today. It's actually late again, even though I was off today because I'm working the weekend. I got a lot of real stuff. I shouldn't say real stuff, I mean it's all real stuff, but I got a lot of adulting done today. Stuff I needed to get done that I kept putting off and had various excuses. So I got a lot of stuff that I needed to do done. So I didn't have a whole lot of crafting time, but I did find some. But what I have today is just an unboxing of just a few little Temu kits for diamond painting. So I try to have a little bit of everything for this time of year. So I do have a few little kits from Temu there that have been sitting on my chair for a while. They came in before my trip in early November, so we can take a look at those. And then of course we have our Pixyls calendar here, and I did open up number one, but I didn't do it yet. And I thought I'd do like a couple all at once because these do take a little concentration to get the stickers lined up exactly right. And you use tweezers to lift up the stickers and stick them on here. And you have to be very careful, and I have to look pretty close at it because the tweezers are the pokey ones, and they can damage the stickers if you're not very careful. So I may try to actually find some other tweezers for this. So I'm going to open up a couple of these before I work on them, but I wanted to show you the stickers that came with it. So these are all the different colors, and they are numbered 1 through 59, so there are quite a few colors with this, but a lot of these colors, there's not a whole lot. There is about 20% extra of each color given to you, so just wanted you to see what we're dealing with for the colors. So number one was this little stocking that we opened up yesterday. Number two looks pretty small, but it appears that behind this is a poster. I thought maybe they were stickers, but no, this is a poster underneath. So we're going to be revealing a scene, and it looks to me, oh, my ring light is, we'll put it in the middle of the ring there. It looks to me like that's a stocking hanging on a fireplace. So I think we have a whole Christmas scene that we're going to be developing here over time. And these do have a nice little corner here for grabbing. So you can stick your tweezers in there and pull up very easily. So it looks like, for number two, looks pretty simple, so I might do two of these at once when I get done with this video here, but it looks like a Christmas ornament here. I told my hubby Santa needs to bring me some better lighting for all this shiny stuff that we show, but there, I'll put it in the ring light there. So we have an ornament and a Christmas tree. So here I can see a Christmas tree outlined here. We've got a bell here and a bow. Maybe these are hints of what's on the other side, because that sure matches up. So we'll find out more in the coming days, but I will go ahead and put the stickers on those probably later tonight. So next, for our daily thing, we have my kind of recently added, as in yesterday on the 1st, when I put together this little pattern for a cross-stitch advent band sampler. So I went hunting yesterday after I rolled the dice and did that first video and got my first rows that I needed to do. I went hunting in my leftover cross-stitch threads and stuff to see what I could find. So I did find some of my old metallic threads with a few things of beads there, just basic seed beads here in kind of a white gold and a darker gold. So I thought I'd play around with this a little bit more. I did have some silk threads left over. These, I don't know if they even make some of these anymore, like the water lilies. I used to love water lilies thread. It's silk, as well as the Silk in Colors thread, hopefully from Thread Gatherer. Hopefully they still make them, but I just grabbed some colors here that I could throw in there for some shinies. And then most of the threads, though, are coming from leftover Huacon cross-stitch kit, stamp cross-stitch kit. The Pokemon one that they sent me twice that was messed up both times. I kind of gave up on trying to get that one ordered correctly, and I've got some more tags for my silk there, and I just am using the threads for other things. So I have basic colors here. Most of this, I hadn't planned the colors, just the bigger rows had colors planned, but the rest of it I'm just kind of making up as I go along. So that's why it's going to be hard for me to put this out there as a pattern quite yet. We might do something with it as we get closer to Christmas and I continue to work on it and edit the pattern. But in any case, I've got some basic 5 or 6 colors maybe with a couple variations. So I've got some blue, some green, couple reds, yellow, gold, black, and gray. And some brown because I did have that one reindeer thing in there. So just a few basic shades that I already had. I didn't go for specific DMC colors. I just kind of looked at that bag and picked out some that I thought would work. So that's the main thread that I'm using for this. So if you were here for day one, yesterday I tried to put together, it started out simple and got way more complicated as I went, but I put together this cross-stitch advent calendar in different types of rows with 12 different choices for each type, and I'm rolling the dice every day to pick which row I'm going to be working on. So it's kind of a random sampler, but with some little rows and things that I've already made up in advance. So this is how day one came out. So I did one of the back stitch rows here at the beginning, and I put some French knots in the middle because it looked kind of boring. It was just a row of squares that alternated above and below that line. The second one was definitely boring, so that one is the one that I added the beads to. And then I did the main row there, and then another row with mostly back stitch because this thing is getting pretty large very quickly. That's only day one. So we're gonna roll again today and see what rows we get, and then I'll kind of play with it. I may not do every row because I did leave one of them out for day one. So we'll see what we get, and I will not add new rows to it, but I might take away some depending on how the dice rolls go. So there's day one, and this is just 14 count Ida cloth from DMC that I had in my old stash. It's probably 10 plus years old fabric, and it was interesting because it's not stamped, so it's much softer. It's a little bit different to work with. So I'm so used to the stamped ones with the more thicker, stiffer fabric, so this was kind of a change to work on. But that's what we got so far. So we've got some sparkles in there. Even the green here on that last row, I'm not sure that'll show up very well, but it sparkles. And then the gold on that row sparkles as well. And I did go ahead and do some back stitching around our Christmas lights so that they would stand out better. So that's why I can't really offer this pattern quite yet, because I'm playing with it as I'm stitching it and it's evolving over time. So let's see what we got here. So I will first roll on the main pattern for day two. So let me pull these out as a reminder. So the main pattern are these little Christmas image patterns that have color on them that I designed here. And we will roll the dice, and there are 12 of each of these sets. So we will roll and see. So number 3 is the bells. So we will be stitching bells here as our main design. And those look like they might need like a little snowflake back stitched into them or something like that. So let me write that down so I don't forget. Day 2, row 3 is bells. And then I'm choosing to go around the main row. I'm choosing a couple of divider rows. So I have 2 different styles. Here I have some regular stitching ones that I don't have colors or anything designed. This is where I'm playing a little bit as I stitch them. So I have 24 of those kind, and then 12 of, that's out of order, I think, 12 of the back stitch type with the lines and very few stitches. So I'm going to roll on each set of these. So for divider set 1, we have number 12. So D1, we have 12. And number 12 is this design right there. So we're going to have some snowflake looking designs there. So that's a chance for a few beads, or I see an error right there in my pattern, which is why it's not quite ready for prime time. It's really easy on that software to accidentally click in the wrong spot and put an extra little stitch. So that's easy to fix though as I work on it. So that's our first banner row. Our second one is also number 12, which I may re-roll on that one. Because, oh, it's the giant birds. Yeah, that's going to be too big. I'm going to re-roll that one. It is my pattern, so I can make it up as I go. So we got these right here that I was thinking were wreaths. That's what I had in mind when it did that. So row 6. So that's why they're kind of round with that little cross in the middle. I was picturing miniature wreaths. So those will probably end up being green. And then finally, we'll have an option for one of these backstitch rows here. So we have 12 of those. Let's see what we have here. Let me do a re-roll because it just kind of fell out of my hand. So number 4 is this one right here. So we've got like a 5 cross there of stitches with little lines coming off the top, and those could also easily be turned into something that looks more like a snowflake, so we'll see. So BS row or backstitch row is number 4. So we have bells, and then we have rows 12, 6, and 4 to play with. So I won't add to it, but I might take away from it. So that should give me enough choices though as I go, that if something doesn't look quite right next to something else, I can always adjust a little bit by not stitching that row. Because this I think is only 30 inches here, and I did probably about 2.5 for the first day. So we're only going to fit 12 days worth on here. So I might have 2 of these done by the end as we head toward Christmas, if I really can do this every day. If not, then we might do an every other day thing. We'll see how time goes. But one thing I noticed with this one is it wasn't planned. It was just the roll of the dice. But these 2 patterns, the red one and then the lights here, they kind of followed along that same shape, and they were the same exact width. So it was kind of an odd coincidence there on how that turned out. But we'll keep going with this and see what we have for the next update. Not sure it'll be tomorrow or not. I'll be back at work and probably a little bit busier tomorrow. But that is how we're doing on our Advent stitching. And then let's talk about some diamond painting. So I do have a few little things here that I got from Temu a while back, but it wasn't enough to really do a video. So now's a good time because, again, didn't get really any diamond painting done, but I can show you a few of these little things because one of them I'd like to get into for work. So first off, this was somehow in my cart. I had been picking out the funny ones for my hubby and I's next video, and I'm not sure how or why this one ended up in there. I guess it was just a cute turtle in a cloud, and you know, cold turtles in the sky wearing Santa hats are kind of unusual, but look at how tiny that one is. So 20 by 20 is what it claims. It's more like a 15 by 15, and it only has 14 colors. It's mostly white there in the background with a little bit of gray on the clouds, but cute little turtle. Here, I'll take the cover sheet off here so you can see it without all the glare. So there he is. Just a cute little turtle. I can probably turn him into a silly ornament or something for my kiddo. My youngest kiddo loves turtles and tortoises, so I think I was thinking of him as I picked that out. But yeah, he's pretty cute there with the Santa hat. I'm not even sure what that is right there, and maybe that was part of the weirdness, but this was probably 50 cents when I searched for those. I think I mentioned it yesterday when I searched for the diamond paintings for our silly videos. I sort them by lowest price first, so you come up with some pretty cheap diamond paintings. So not a whole lot of drills for this one, but they are bagged and kitted up, so this one would take no time. I'm just not sure how well some of these little things would come out, because I can't even tell what that is. So there's our little turtle. Now this is the one I was kind of curious about, and I thought this was kind of funny. I like the minis, but this was an unusual set of minis. So, long sleeve here. Let me see if I can pull them out. I haven't looked at them yet, other than what's on the outside of the package. So these are actually weather map symbols. So I thought they were really funny. So we have 16 different weather symbols here. I thought that was appropriate. And 14 different colors here. We have basic toolkit. And I believe these are squares typically. Let me take a look here. Yes, indeed, they are squares. And the drills with these have been pretty good. I've had a few of these different packages that I've shown before of these minis that don't come like in the fancy box or anything. They're just in these little plastic bags. They're not always cut the best. Like this one's got a little string fraying there, and you can see the cutting lines here. But we've got a cloud. Kind of looks like a nimbus cloud there. Here, this one's got some snow falling out maybe. There's our thunderstorm. And there's our rainstorm. Wind and snow. That looks like a blizzard. That would be a bad day. And this looks like it's really cold outside, if I'm reading that thermometer correctly. And then we have just wind. And it's going to be a sunny day. Partly sunny or partly cloudy, depending on whether your glass is half full or half empty. And there's heat. Moon. I'm not sure exactly, other than clear night maybe. We use a moon. Typically we show full moon though to show that. This is partly cloudy with rain, kind of like showery maybe, but that's a moon, so at night. So maybe some rain showers at night. That's what we'll go with. Thunderstorms at night. Partly cloudy. Yeah, these are all like nighttime symbols. Ah, snow mixed with rain, or snow and sleet, because we got the raindrops as well as the little snowflakes there. And then finally, mostly sunny there with just one cloud. So I thought it would be really cool to set up some sort of display where you could change out the different symbols based on what the weather is for the day. So kind of cute. So those are my weather symbols. I need to save those for later probably. I'll maybe do those into the early next year and have some fun with creating a little frame where you can swap them in and out and have them match whatever the weather forecast is for the day. Maybe have it on my office door or something like that. So that was kind of fun. So that's my weather symbols. And it's cool to see there are 16 of them. And it's kind of unusual that they'd even make a diamond painting set like that, because I can't imagine there are too many people that are interested in weather symbols. Now this was a mini set that I was kind of surprised when it came in, because it came in like this. I haven't looked very much at it, but they were minis that looked a little bit bigger, and they were landscape minis. But they came in this big old package here. So let's see what we have. And I'm not sure if these are still available on Temu or not. I can look and put the links if they are. But this sheet is just kind of like a picture sheet. It doesn't look like a sticker. It's kind of shiny, but it's just showing what they all look like here. So these are different landscape views. And we have this page here. Is that all of them? And it shows which colors and the number of drills for each one separately. So they each have a number there, 148 through 155. So yes, 8 of them there. And some of them, looks like the highest, there are 3 that have 17 different colors and a couple that have 9 or 10. So kind of a range there of colors for these. And we have a pretty good toolkit, actually. Wow, because these are big metal tweezers here. And then we've got the wax that's in the plastic container here. So that's a bit unusual to see that. We do have a plastic tray and some baggies and a pen with a multi-placer. But these are the good tweezers. Interesting. They're not branded anywhere, but they are like the same as these. Trying to hurt myself. So yeah, same tweezers, just one without the branding. Interesting. And then the baggies. So pretty good toolkit. And then it looks like all the drills are packaged separately for each painting, and these are decent size here. So these are about as big as my hand, almost as big as that little turtle painting. Let's see here. So if this is a 15 by 15, these are more like 13 maybe by 13. They're decent size. Let's see if it says anywhere. I didn't really find any words. No, don't see any words anywhere to indicate, but they're pretty big. So we have that one. And there's the sky. Looks like a thunderstorm there with some flowers in a field. There's the waterfall and the mountain. And these are pretty thick canvases as well, too. They aren't cut completely straight, but they are pretty thick canvases. Ooh, yes. And very thick on the glue there, but not too far over the edge either. So interesting. There's some trees at sunset or in the fall. I think that's an ocean scene with clouds in the background and a seagull there. There's another ocean sunset scene. And some more mountains. So those are pretty decent size, and then each one has matching numbers here with the drills. So that one is with number 155, which I think was the first one here. So not a whole lot of colors there. You can see the blues and everything, and these are rounds. So that's also another unusual thing about these minis, is that most of the minis are squares, but these are actually all rounds. So I'm not going to open all these, I'll just keep them sealed. But I thought this looked like kind of a neat little set here, especially for maybe a party or having some fun with friends, because there are 8 of them. Now there's only one toolkit, but hey, we have a gazillion of those. But they're decent size, and the fact that each package is done separately, these could even be stocking stuffers. You could add a little toolkit and the drills there, and you've got 8 different diamond paintings in here. So pretty nice set, actually. I was kind of surprised, and I can't remember, because it's been a few months, I can't remember what I paid for this, but I was pleasantly surprised at how good it came, especially for something on Temu. I haven't ordered in Temu in a couple months. I keep getting all the emails reminding me of my credits and everything, trying to get me to shop again, but it seemed like the quality was going downhill and the prices were going up, and it was getting harder and harder to find a good deal. So I haven't ordered lately. So I think I'll put all of the goodies in here. So that's another short night video, but that's what I have For now, I've got my mini diamond paintings here to work on. And we've got the Pixyls stickers, and we've got our Advent cross stitch here. And so far, I think it's going okay. And I will have to decide what I can do about the pattern in the future, if I think it's worth putting out there or not. And I also picked up something at the grocery store the other day, and that's a holiday crafts book. This claims to have 86 different projects in it, including patterns and all sorts of goodies for different crafts. So maybe I'll come up with some of these through the month, and we can talk about them or look at them or whatever. So some more Christmas crafty ideas. So that's what I got. Hopefully I'll have some longer videos here coming up in the next few days. I've got a couple PR packages. I do those separately. I don't do those in with other stuff because they are made just for that one company. So thank you for watching, and thank you for subscribing, and hope your December is going well. And I'll check in with you tomorrow, hopefully, if not the next couple days.